All right, so I'm going to paint the face for my bird mask as well as some like 3D smaller feathers I'm gonna have right around the face. Because usually right around the eyes in the face of the bird are much smaller feathers and they get bigger as they go out. So I cut the egg carton that was sitting like this. The part that sticks up on your egg carton becomes the beak, and then the parts that go in become the eyes. I went ahead and poked those out so I can actually see through it when I'm done, but you don't have to do that if you don't want to. To paint it, I'm gonna use acrylic because I have it. You can use watercolors, you can use crayons, you can use markers, you can really use anything you want to add color to it. It doesn't have to be paint. I'm just choosing to do that because I like it. So I went ahead and squirt some out on my my plate, and I'm gonna do the little small feathers are the ones that are gonna go around the face are a little bit smaller. And I did those with paper towel tube. And I just took my scissors, the tube, and just cut pieces. So that's gonna be the little feathers that go around the face. All right, so here's my paint. I'm gonna go pretty black on the inside here where the eyes would be. I'm using red, orange, and yellow paper around the face. So for the feathers, out of cardstock I cut. So I'm gonna paint these and this in those same colors. Eva, would you mind grabbing the black cup and putting some water in it so I can wash my paintbrush?
Yep.
Thanks so much.
No problem.
I'm gonna take a little bit of brown and start to kind of feather out from the black. It should be by the sink.
Got it.
Thanks, dear. Oh, and grab me a paper towel so I can wash it. I didn't get all my supplies, did I?
I got you.
Thank you, dear.
No problem.
She's sitting next to me painting her feather that she's gonna put on her top hat. I'll show you what she's doing in just a second.
My top hat's gonna be beautiful.
It is gonna be beautiful. Thank you so much, sweetie.
No problem.
All
Here's
right.
paper towel. Here's your cup.
Perfect.
No problem.
So, while I'm working on that, she's over here working on her feather.
What's up? I just did my hand in white paint.
What did you do with your top hat yesterday?
I spray painted it red.
So when she does hers today, she's gonna have this white feather and a red top hat. So she's gonna be in my video for the top hat.
Yep.
All right, so coming back over here, I've done some brown now kind of coming up the sides. And now I'm gonna start with my red. The thing I like about using paint is I can get kind of a texture for feathers. But like I said, you really can use anything you want. And I'm not waiting. Usually I tell you guys to wait for your paint to dry before you paint another color on top of it, but I wanted to kind of blend and feather together because it's a feather.
Yeah. It's a bird.
That's a bird.
It's a bird.
Oh my gosh.
It's a bird.
Peanut galleries now. All chiming in. All right. So.
We're the peanut gallery, man.
Yes, you are. All right. And then I'm going to go to my next color, which is this kind of mustardy yellow. I'm only doing one side because I don't want you guys to sit here and watch me have to paint the whole thing. I always do that at the table, right? I don't want to make you guys get you guys bored. I want to give you guys time to work, so I don't demonstrate the entire process I do about half.
This is what time-lapse montages are for.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I do the time lapse. Piece in between. All right. That's gonna be the one side. Now for the beak, I have put out some really bright yellow that I'm gonna then use for the beak. Make sure this is totally dry. And then I'm just gonna paint yellow. Okay, I'll keep painting that one. What I wanted to show you for the feathers, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna paint the inside of it, or I'm gonna leave the inside of it this like light brown because I don't think that'll make it look bad. I'm just gonna paint the outside of them. You can make them a solid color or you can feather them like you did the inside of the face, which is what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this mustard. I'm gonna start feathering that on with the red. Do you want to use any of my paint for your feather?
What? No, that's fine.
I can move the palette over.
I mean, I just need black.
Okay. Got a little bit on there.
Wait a minute. I need
All right. Oh, I can move that over too.
Oh, no, it's chill. What?
Homeschooling with a teenager.
Hey, at least I'm not the one who, like...
Oh, it's enough. Anyway, okay. Not telling on each other. Not telling on each other in my videos. Oh, Lord. There's another crazy. Okay. All right. So I'm going to do that to all of these. And I'm going to finish up the other half of my bird. All right. Hi guys, we're gonna work on putting together the bird masks today. Hopefully you have painted your bird face. And then if you decided to do the paper towel roll, you got those pieces too. I've also got some pre-cut shapes for feathers that I'm gonna have go up around the top of the head of the bird. That I'm gonna use after I'm done gluing the face, or getting the face and these glued on. So that's the first thing that I'm gonna do. So what I've got in front of me is, I went ahead and grabbed a black Sharpie because I'm gonna add some design and texture to my feathers that I'm gonna be putting on. I did grab a few more of those macaw feathers that I had because I might want to use them. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna see what I think. I've got my glue gun. I've got my scissors, and I've got this piece of paper that I'm gonna use. I'm gonna trace the face shape and then cut it so I have something to glue my feathers to. I think it'll be easier, but you don't have to do that. So first things first, I'm going to trace the shape of the head. So I have that part done. So let me go ahead and put you down here so you guys can see what I'm doing. All right, so I got everything ready to go. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trace. All right. I'm gonna cut not totally on the line. I'm just gonna trace the shape of that. I'm gonna cut a little bit inside of it because I wanna leave some paper to actually be able to glue the face onto. So when I cut it out, I left a little bit of the paper. So you guys can see I left a little bit there. Then I'm gonna take my face and see if this is heated up. Yep. All right. And I'm gonna, the reason I cut out the arch shape though, instead of just gluing it straight onto the paper, is because I want to be able to see through the eyes. I punched holes through the back of the carton so it will actually function as a mask. So those holes are cut out. All right. Oh, that must have dried already. Do it one more time. All right. Once I've got that done, I'm gonna start adding my little paper towel roll feathers onto the sides. So this first one's gonna be a little bit harder to glue on because I'm gonna try and glue on the edge here. You can use glue sticks. I'm using the glue gun just because it'll dry faster. And so my demonstration will be not quite as lengthy. Waiting for glue to dry is, you know, not exciting to watch. Not that this is like super exciting, but you don't want to watch glue dry. All right. Okay, so I got those first two glued down, just next to the face. Okay, and then I'm going to start arranging them to go around the face of the bird, okay? All right, so now that I've gotten done with my paper towel tubes that I've glued down, which is kind of fun, super 3D. The next step is gonna be to do my feathers that are going to then, I didn't glue them down to the paper so that I'm able to kind of slide those in the background if I want to. I may want to make it like super big though and just put the feathers out here. I haven't decided yet. I'll play with that once I'm done. Adding texture to these. So we'll just use, you can use a regular marker, crayons, pencils, whatever, colored pencils, to add texture to your feathers. You don't have to if you don't want to. I just think it'll add some fun to them. So I usually do some sort of like Zentangle pattern on mine. And those of you guys that have done Zentangles with me know that it's basically like the modern way of saying doodling. You're just doodling. So we're gonna doodle on the feathers. It's fun. All right, so I'm gonna take my first one here. I do like to usually do that rib that's down the middle of the feathers. Oh, my dogs are walking around. All right, and then, you know, you can give it some fun shape. I like to use two different thicknesses of my Sharpies because I think it just adds a little bit more visual interest. I think one of the weirdest things about teaching from home, aside from the fact that I'm talking to a camera and for all intents and purposes talking to myself, it's weird not having the kids talk constantly. I'm always like, you guys need to be quiet so that I can teach. And now I'm like, I don't know how to teach without them talking over the top of me constantly. I do get the distractions from my own children on occasion, or my puppies. Those are welcome ones. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. They call it Zen tangling because, well, the word Zen, you know, calm and peace. It's just kind of meditative when you just sit and draw lines and shapes. And there's really no wrong way to do it because it's just, like I said, doodling. It's just a fancy way of saying doodling. And for me, it is really relaxing. I know I've told that to my students before. There's projects that I finish regularly and there's some that I don't ever really finish because it's not my favorite style. The ones I do with the kids where I Zen tangle are always finished. And I have a ton of examples because I just like to do it. When I'm having a really stressful day at school, I'll even sit and just Zen tangle at my desk, at my table, because it really does make me feel better. All right, so there's my finished leaf. I'm gonna make some more of those. All right, so you make some too. All right, guys, so I finished doing the Zen tangles on my feathers. I repeated designs on same colors. And I'm gonna put those into the mask. I went ahead and positioned and glued down the big blue ones that I was doing. And then I'm gonna nestle in the red and orange. The red I went ahead and decided not to add any pattern to because I don't want it to be too busy. So I left those open. Glue stick this time. You don't need a hot glue gun for this because you're just gluing paper to paper. Before I start doing that though, I'm gonna go ahead and cut out these sections because I know now the shape that my mask is gonna be. And I've got all the like major stuff kind of glued down. All right, and it doesn't have to be cut perfectly around it. You're just getting the basic shape. And little small spaces like that are hard to get the scissors into, so I usually just cut in and cut in. That little piece will fall out, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and cut the rest of these out. Okay, so I finished cutting out those sections. I'm now gonna go ahead and put my red in next. So I'm starting with my back pieces and working my way out. So my red's gonna go there. Wait, I'm gonna do my smaller ones on the side. There. I can always cut out more if I need to. I think this will be just the right amount. There. There. And there. I'll do the same thing where I kind of figure out where I want to put them before I glue them down with the orange. And then I'm just going to use my glue stick. I'm just going to glue the bottom of it because I didn't want to glue it to my table. All right, I'm going to go ahead and glue down the rest of them. All right, so I went ahead and decided to add real feathers to mine. I think I'm done. So you can see from the side, it's really cool, the 3D from the paper towel rolls. I glued those feathers onto the very back where that yellow paper was that I put down when I first started. And then my son was cleaning his room and he came down and, Mom, I found a feather you gotta use for your mask. And I was like, it's only one, so I can't put it, I I can't create, like, it needs to be symmetrical. I usually love asymmetry, but for this, it really needs to be symmetrical. So I went ahead and just put it right in the middle there, right up in this center part. So this actually I can see out of, and you can put it on a stick to display, or you could put string through the side, so your kid could actually like put it on as a mask, although it's really not that heavy from the paper and stuff. So there's the bird mask. If you make one, I want to see it. Please send me a picture somehow. Thanks. Enjoy creating.